Hi, my name is Vanessa van Dijk, and in this video we're looking into how often you can use the ordinary peeling solution and what to use afterwards and what not to combine, and in case you should work with other exfoliating acids as well, how you can adjust the frequency. So those are all the points that I want to cover in today's video. So to make this a bit more understandable so that you have a frequency guide in mind and see it visually, as always I have prepared for you an entire PowerPoint which I'm going to go over step by step, but of course you can go ahead, check the description box down below. There you will find a link and you can even download it to your device. So let's get started when just working with the exfoliating acid mask, which is this example routine right here. So first of all, I'm going to work my way from the top to the bottom so that you understand the entire slide. So it is recommended to use the ordinary peeling solution in your evening skincare routine. And the peeling solution contains 30% of AHA, which primarily is glycolic acid, followed with lactic acid, and then 2% of BHA, which refers to salicylic acid. So you have already an exfoliating acid mask that contains multiple exfoliating acid ingredients that help you to remove the dead skin cells from the skin surface, smoothens textured skin, fine lines and wrinkles, and reduces dark spots and unclogged pores. Now, it is advised to use the peeling solution no more than twice per week. So this can be once or twice per week. You need to adjust the frequency accordingly to what your skin can tolerate and to your actual needs. So in the beginning, you may want to use it twice per week, whereas the more your skin starts to exfoliate, become smoother, having less dead skin cells on the skin surface, you may want to reduce the frequency and then use it just every now and then, rather than just following with the 2 times per week. So as an example, I have right here, for week 1, you would use it on Monday. If you want to use it twice per week, then the other day would be Thursday. For week 2, you would use it on Tuesday, and then the other day would be Friday. So with this little example guide right here, I want to teach you that you need to have at least 2 to 3 days in between so that your skin has time to recover before you're going to use the exfoliating acid mask again. Otherwise, when using it too soon after another, this can really lead to sensitivity because your skin isn't ready. Your skin does not have that much dead skin cells build up to use the mask. Otherwise it can lead to stinging or burning on the skin. And this frequency would then work well if you're just using the peeling solution without any other exfoliating acid products. And so when looking into the example routine that I came up with, first of all, right here you're going to get started with washing your face. Now, this can be with purely water. However, if you're trying to remove any excess oil, dirt, sweat from the skin, or even your sunscreen and or makeup that you have worn throughout the day, please make sure to use a regular cleanser that's suitable for your skin type, or even combine it with an oil or balm cleanser. Maybe you want to do a double cleanse so that you can properly and primarily take off your sunscreen and or makeup. Then you're going to rinse it off, pat the skin dry, and then wait 5 minutes in between for the skin to dry. And then you're going to apply the peeling solution evenly and thinly all over your face. Then you're going to leave it on for 10 minutes and then you're going to rinse it off with lukewarm water. And then again, take your towel and pat the skin dry. Now, when it comes to with what you can follow afterwards, I highly recommend keeping the routine simple and just follow with hydration. This can be an hydrating toner, essence, or even serum, and or a moisturizer afterwards, so that you're not going to use something else that's pretty potent in a certain percentage afterwards that could potentially lead to sensitivity or irritation because your skin just went through with a very potent exfoliating acid mask. So to avoid any sensitivity in any case, my best advice would be following with hydration and or moisturizer afterwards, and then there you go. Now, you will be able to find the entire instructions below as well, but of course if you want to see how you can use the peeling solution visually based on the application, I have an in-depth video for you in the top right corner. And then this would be the main focus on when using the peeling solution on its own. And what you have to keep in mind is, since the peeling solution helps to loosen that skin cells on the skin surface, the newer skin cells are still a bit more sensitive, and so yes, throughout the night your skin has time to recover, but you still have to keep in mind to protect the skin with sunscreen throughout the day. So when it comes to morning skincare routine, I kept it pretty simple, just with your favorite cleanser so that you can properly wash your face, or just plain water, whatever you usually do in the morning to wash your face. And then you're going to follow on with your sunscreen. Of course, if you have an entire morning skincare routine, it isn't wrong to follow with your usual morning skincare routine, just don't forget your sunscreen step to protect the skin, since you just used the peeling solution. So otherwise it can lead to a quick sunburn or even like further damages to the skin itself. Now, when it comes to an example skincare routine, in case you should use the peeling solution as well as other leave-on exfoliating acids, well, now the frequency becomes extremely important, because all what you want to achieve is that, first of all, you can loosen that skin cells on the skin surface, get all those good benefits, but at the same time, you do not want to overdo it. Otherwise, this really can lead to like skin sensitivity, stinging, burning, redness, even getting like burns on the skin if you're doing this too often and your skin isn't able to tolerate it. So therefore I came up with an example routine to give you kind of like a frequency guide. This is an overall general frequency guide, so if you feel like it's too much or you can tolerate it a bit more often, you can go ahead and adjust it, but always adjust it to your current needs. Again, if over time you feel like it's going to be a bit too strong, well then reduce the frequency. If that has already happened in the very beginning, well, go ahead and reduce the frequency, because you do not want to harm your skin, you just want to get the benefits out of those products. So again, when it comes to the evening skincare routine, if you want to include the ordinary peeling solution, I went with an example where you would use it on Sunday, just so that you can imagine based on the other days what you would do. So on Sunday, this is basically your peeling solution day. So then you would follow the routine and you would use the peeling solution. Now again, remember what I told you with like the few days gap in between, so that your skin has time to recover. So in case you should work with a glycolic acid leave-on exfoliant, I went with the most popular ones, which is the ordinary one. Then of course, in that specific case, you want to make sure that you're going to use it throughout the week, but not too often. So as an example, because usually glycolic acid is pretty intense, at least for most people, because it has such like small molecules, can penetrate easily to the skin, etc. You want to make sure that you're not going to overdo it. So therefore my example would be then using your glycolic acid leave-on exfoliant on Tuesday and Thursday. So you have on Sunday the peeling solution, and then on Tuesday and Thursday you would use your glycolic acid. And so then again, you can follow your routine when working with your exfoliant. Now again, I went with the same routine as if you would follow with the peeling solution, just so that I'm making sure that what I'm basically recommending is going to work like for everyone who is watching, and that it's not going to cause any sensitivity. Of course, you can always have sensitivity to glycolic acid, and if that would be the case, well then glycolic acid isn't for you, but then you wouldn't likely use the peeling solution either. So therefore you always have to keep your skin tolerance in mind. And still you have the overall general guide below. Now, in case you should work with other exfoliating acids, such as, for example, a salicylic acid, a solution, or even toner, or even lactic acid, those are usually a bit more like better tolerated, because salicylic acid usually is a bit gentler, especially if you have sensitive skin, and lactic acid has larger molecules, therefore it can penetrate much slower into the skin, therefore it can be a bit more gentle as well. So you can still follow the same routine, but the frequency may change a bit because those are gentler compared to glycolic acid. So then you can, for example, use those exfoliating acids on Tuesday, Wednesday, and or Thursday, so that again you have enough days in between, specifically before and after you're using the peeling solution. And then you can follow with your usual evening skincare routine when including your exfoliate to this specific routine. And then again you have the overall general guide below. Now when it comes to the frequencies that I've just shared with you, again I just want to remind you, this is an overall general guide. This can work well. However, of course, if you come across sensitivity, if you feel like it's slightly stinging or burning, you need to adjust the frequency. If this happens already in the very beginning, adjust it already in the very beginning. If that should happen over time, because usually once your skin has less skin cells build up, you need to use the exfoliant less often. Therefore, again, you need to adjust your routine always according to your overall skin needs, which can change when working with such exfoliating acid products primarily. And so again, when working with such a routine, in general, when working with exfoliating acids, don't forget throughout the day, like when doing your morning skincare routine, you can follow with your usual morning skincare routine, but don't forget your sunscreen. Again, you want to protect the skin, otherwise you can easily get a sunburn or even damage your skin any further. Then I have prepared for you another example routine in case you should work with exfoliating acid cleansers. Now I kept the focus primarily on the most common exfoliating acid cleansers so that you have something to refer to. So again, right here we go with the example with the peeling solution that you would use it on Sunday. And then when it comes to your exfoliating acid cleansers, you do not want to use it at the same time when using the peeling solution. Therefore, you can see right here that I've picked regular cleansers or gentle oil or balm cleansers. So basically avoid cleansers with exfoliating acids. And then when not using the peeling solution, this is where you're going to include your exfoliating acid cleanser, so that you then can again adjust the frequency. Now usually with exfoliating acid cleansers, if they do not have an actual low pH, they are a bit gentle on the skin. I went with an example of again a Tuesday, Wednesday and or Thursday. You may be able to use it more often or in the morning as well, but still please make sure to always adjust the frequency and do not use it in the same routine when using the peeling solution. And then again, the morning could then look like this, where you would use your usual cleanser. This may be a regular cleanser or your exfoliating acid cleanser or even your sunscreen. So you need to adjust the frequency. Now, when it comes to what you should not use in the same routine with the peeling solution, I want to go over the examples that I have picked so that you have this in mind. And at the same time, this is going to now make a lot more sense what you should not use in the same routine if you're going to use your peeling solution or any of the exfoliating acids. So right here, let's go and get started with the first example. So the first example is going to be, as already mentioned earlier, do not use the peeling solution and other leave-on exfoliating acids in the same routine. They are basically the same. So the peeling solution contains already glycolic, lactic acid primarily, as well as salicylic acid. So there's no point in using like other leave-on exfoliating acid products which include the same ingredients, because you have already used it, and all what you would create is skin sensitivity to a certain extent that it may even damage your skin barrier if you would do this ongoing. So therefore, do not use them one after the other. The other point would be with other exfoliating acid masks. So again, please do not use the ordinary peeling solution and the ordinary salicylic acid mask at the same time. This is going to lead to irritation, like really irritation, especially if you're doing this all like ongoing. So either use one of them, either use the peeling solution or the salicylic acid mask once or twice per week, or even less often depending on your needs, but do not use both together. Please do not do this. Then if you want to keep the focus towards ordinary products, again, one conflict would be basically do not use the peeling solution if you're planning on using your peptides, because you're going to destroy the benefits of peptides, like primarily. This would be then you are going to lose the benefits of it. So therefore use your peptide in the morning and then your peeling solution in the evening, or basically use the peptides when not using any exfoliating acids in general. Then the other point would be do not use the peeling solution and EUK in the same routine. Now the ordinary EUK is an antioxidant. If you're going to do this, you're going to destroy the benefits of EUK. The other point would be strong vitamin C products. So I went with some examples right here which have a high percentage of ascorbic acid, which is the pure form of vitamin C, which is usually more common to create more stinging and burning because it is already so acidic. And if the formulation already has a low pH, then this can even create more sensitivity. This can be different if you are working with vitamin C derivatives like ascorbic glucoside solution. So this theoretically could work, but avoid ascorbic acid products. But overall, as already mentioned earlier, I recommend just going to keep the routine simple after the peeling solution with hydration and or moisturizer. Then the other example would be, please do not use the peeling solution and your retinoids in the same routine. Again, this can really create sensitivity. Your peeling solution is going to exfoliate the skin. Your retinol or retinoid helps with the cell turnover. You may not notice stinging or burning right away, but after 3 to 4 days, this can have a negative effect on the skin. Therefore, please do not use them in the same routine. If you want to use them throughout the same week, then use them when not using the peeling solution, and still you need to adjust the frequency accordingly. So kind of like similar to the leave-on exfoliating acid frequency as already mentioned earlier. Then the other point, which I already emphasized earlier, would be do not use the peeling solution with real low pH exfoliating acid cleansers. There aren't that many on the market, but in case you should have such an exfoliating acid cleanser, well, do not combine them together because both have a low pH, both contain exfoliating acids which can lead to stinging or burning. Because the lower the pH becomes, the more dead skin cells you're going to remove from the skin, the more sensitive the skin becomes, and the more this can lead to stinging and burning. Then the other example would be, as already pointed out earlier, with your regular exfoliating acid cleansers. This is what I would call them, because most often they do not have like a really low pH. They contain like a certain percentage of exfoliating acids, but the pH isn't as low. So they are, in that specific sense, less aggressive, but still I recommend avoiding them. Just go with the example routine that I've mentioned earlier, where you're going to use your exfoliating acid cleansers when not using the peeling solution and adjusting the frequency accordingly. And then the last example, which I do want to emphasize as well, because the more I'm reading through my comments, the more you guys are working with benzoyl peroxide as well. Therefore, I do want to emphasize this too. Please do not use your benzoyl peroxide cleanser when using the peeling solution. Use your benzoyl peroxide cleanser when not using the peeling solution. Or in general, use your benzoyl peroxide cleanser when not using any other exfoliating acid cleansers or even lotions or masks in the same routine, because again, this can really lead to skin sensitivity, burning, or even redness or stinging. Therefore, just go ahead and keep them separate, because all those products that I've just emphasized, except for EUK and the peptides, but basically all the other ones can really lead to stinging and burning. Therefore, you need to keep them separate. So my best advice would be keep the routine as simple as possible and keep it as targeted as possible to your skin concerns, so that you do not need to use tons of different products, but that you can really focus on what your skin is able to tolerate and then use it, and then in that specific sense a bit more often, compared to, well, I'm going to use this, I'm going to use this, I'm going to use this, but oh no, I can't use them together, so now I have to create like, I don't know, 10 morning skincare routines, 10 evening skincare routines. That's not the purpose of a skincare routine. A skincare routine should be simple and effective towards your skin type and skin concerns. And so when looking into the rest of the entire PowerPoint, I basically have a part where I'm going over the skincare product descriptions. Those are basically all the products that I have listed when it comes to my example routines, so that you can go through them in case you want to look into them a bit more specific. And as always, I do have my general skincare tips and guides in this PowerPoint as well, which you can go over in your own time. For example, when it comes to how you're going to do a patch test, which I highly recommend doing when trying out the peeling solution for the first time. See how your skin is going to respond to it before you're going to apply it all over your face and neck. Then I do have some additional tips for this specific case too, which aren't now that relevant towards the focus that I'm trying to keep. And at the same time, I do have for your sunscreen guide as well, which is still very important to do in the morning when working with exfoliating acids or retinols in general, so that you can properly protect the skin. So you will find all those slides, all those example routines in the entire PowerPoint, which again, I want to emphasize, you can download it in the description box down below. So if you want to follow one of the guides, if you want to follow one of the example routines, you know where to find them. And I do hope that this entire video now made a lot of sense for you, based on how you can adjust your routine based on the different exfoliating acid products that you may have at home, so that in general you're not going to overdo it, but yet enjoy the benefits that they can give you, if of course they target your specific skin concerns. Now, this is what I wanted to share with you. I do hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did so, please don't forget to give the thumbs up as well as share it. And if you do enjoy my work, I'm an independent YouTuber, so if you want to support my channel, if you want to support my work, don't forget to leave a little tip with the super thanks button below this video, or even in the description box there you will find a PayPal link as well. And so this is what I wanted to share with you. If you now want to learn more about skincare, I'm going to leave some of the videos at the end of this video, so that you can keep on watching and learn more about it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon in the next one. Happy skincaring. Bye.